So Transformers Rise of the Beast is now in theaters. It just had its first opening weekend. And you know what? I saw it. I did my review of it already. My take on the movie is, you know what? It's not fantastic, but it was fun. I had a good time with it. To me, it's actually the second best Transformers movie they've done, only after Bumblebee. Again, the action was great. The humor worked. It was on point. Again, not the greatest dialogue, not the greatest narrative. Again, not a fantastic movie, but I had a good time. The question going into it, though, was, did the public still want to see a Transformers movie? Because the Michael Bay series of films, and I like the first one, but they kind of drove the IP into the ground. And they kind of drove it off a cliff. And the movie that really paid the price for that was the first non-Michael Bay movie, Bumblebee, which only opened to like 20 some odd million dollars at the time because people had gotten tired of the crap that Transformers had put out. And poor Bumblebee, which was a fantastic movie, suffered for it. So how would Transformers Rise of the Beast open? Well, it just opened, and it took the #1 spot away from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Here's the official weekend chart. Transformers Rise of the Beast makes $60.5 million in its opening weekend, which is just enough to pass Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which, by the way, we talk about this on the channel a lot. You want to see your weekend drop be between 50 and 60%. Over that is no good. But when a movie opens huge, like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it opened to $120 million. Sometimes then, because so many people already saw it, you expect a little bit bigger of a second weekend drop. But look at that. Only 54.1% drop for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So it has a great second weekend of 55.4. Little Mermaid still hanging in their third spot. By the way, Little Mermaid has now crossed the Black Adam marker. Little Mermaid has now passed Black Panther, or Black Adam, I should say. It did not cross Black Panther, but crossed Black Adam. It's now made over $400 million. Still hanging in there in the third spot, only dropping 44.9%. And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 makes another $7 million. And by the way, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has now officially crossed the $800 million mark at the box office. Nice. So great for them. So with Transformers Rise of the Beast, that $60 million opening weekend is pretty significant because let's look at it in context with the previous two Transformers movies that came out. We'll look at this. Transformers The Last Knight, which is the worst of the Transformers movies, it opened to $44.68 million, went on to make $605 million at the box office. Then came Bumblebee, which I contend is the best Transformers movie. It only managed to make $21 million on its opening weekend, but because of good word of mouth, strong reception, it went on to make $467 million. Well, now Transformers Rise of the Beast makes more money than all of them at $60.5 million of an opening weekend, which is, again, is more than Transformers Last Night and almost triple what Bumblebee made. Now, does this mean that Transformers Rise of the Beast will make triple what Bumblebee did at the box office? No. Transformers Rise of the Beast is not going to be a billion-dollar film. It won't even necessarily make more than The Dark Knight or the Last Knight. But the very fact that it was able to start this strong compared to the last two Transformers movies, and considering that it was going up against a very well-received Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse going into its second weekend only, this is a pretty good start for Transformers. I mean, I think if you would have asked the folks over at Paramount, what would a good number look like to you guys? And if you told them they could pull off $60 million, considering that context that we just discussed, I think they'd probably take that as a win. And now the question will become, how much can it make overall? Will it cross the amount that Transformers Last Night did with $600 million? It'll easily, hopefully easily go by the $400 million mark that Bumblebee did, but we're going to have to wait and see. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, ExpressVPN. Guys, it is 2023, and online privacy and security has never been more important. You see, every device, phones, computers, tablets, has a unique IP address, which is like an internet phone number and reveals personal information about you. It's super simple for somebody online who knows what they're doing to find your IP address if you've ever clicked on a sketchy link or opened an email from somebody you don't know. Your IP address could become exposed. Now that's where ExpressVPN has your back. ExpressVPN is an
an app that hides your real IP address and replaces it with a dummy one, keeping you safe and private. And you don't have to be some kind of techie to use a VPN. Guys, it is so easy to use. Just download the ExpressVPN app on your phone or computer, tap one button to turn it on, and you're protected. And if you like your streaming entertainment, here's the coolest part. They let you choose what country you want your IP address to look like it's coming from. This is incredibly useful because services like Netflix and Disney Plus give you different shows depending on what country you're in. So secure your family's online activity and unlock tons of new shows by visiting expressvpn.com/Campea. Use my link and you can get 3 extra months free. That's expressvpn.com/Campea. Go to expressvpn.com/Campea to learn more.
Anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this opening weekend for Transformers Rise of the Beast? I mean, $60 million is not exactly global blockbuster numbers, but compared to the last 2 Transformers movies, it's a big improvement, and especially when you consider that it was going up against Spider-Verse in just the second weekend, and it took the #1 spot from Spider-Verse. That's got to be something to celebrate if you're Paramount. Whatever you guys think about this, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks for checking out our video. Make sure you click the thumbs up button on it and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget that we do a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast. Go and subscribe to it today on your favorite podcasting app of choice.